If you're looking for something to challenge your graphics card, this ARK is quite a serious challenge. Here we have the 970 running at P1080, and you can see it's a very busy terrain here, and we are only seeing about 20 to 26 frames per second, which is extremely low for this card. So this game is quite intensive. Let's have a look what happens at lower settings. Here we have ARK running on high instead of on epic on the 970. This is at P1080, and we're seeing playable but not great frame rates. It's the lowest we've seen here is 39, and it goes up to about 45 frames per second. So this really is a serious graphics card tester. Here's ARK set at medium settings now on the 970, and then we're seeing sort of low 40s to 50 about. And if we look at it, seems to really be an incredibly tough game, this on the graphics card, as even on medium settings here we see the lowest we've seen a drop down to 39 frames per second, and the highest is about 50. So this really is quite a serious graphics card intensive game here, but medium settings on the 970 at P1080 seems to be very playable. Here we have ARK running at 2K, this is B1440, and this is on the 970 G1 Gaming. This is medium settings. I'd say this is remotely playable. It's not ideal. We're seeing 36 to 40 frames per second, which isn't too bad in a very wooded area here. But yeah, it seems to be playable, but I prefer to try it a little bit lower. Let's just see what happens if we turn it down to low settings here. Ooh, yes, on low settings we lose a lot of detail, but on low we're running 85, 88, 97, so we're running very high frame rates. So somewhere between low and medium I would say is the ideal settings here. Yeah, so 2K seems to be alright. Here we have ARK running at 4K on the 970. As you can see, we've got everything set to low, and we're still seeing, I think the lowest I saw was 45 frames per second, highest I saw was 57. So we're not seeing the greatest frame rate, so you really do want to stick to low. Just to put it in perspective, if we crank it up to epic, and we see the 970 is completely out of its depth, we're seeing about 8 frames per second, which is really not at all playable. But even something like the 980 Ti and the 1070 struggles with this game at 4K.